This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Forget the frustration of picking commerce platforms when you switch your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling wherever you sell. With Shopify, you'll harness the same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/tech.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I am going to be talking on two-faced people because, two-faced people, they're alive. They're strong. You know, they're strong with theirs. They're strong with the whole two-faced persona where they will act one way on an occasion where, alright, so let's just, because I'm trying to like think of an example of like a person in like a perfect two-faced situation and stuff. So I guess like let's say there's an individual that doesn't like another individual. They will make it seem like that they're buddy-buddied with that individual until the one that they're making it seem like that they're buddy-buddied with, they hear some stuff that the two-faced individual is like, you know, saying about them behind closed doors, and now they got confronting, you know. And man, I'm telling you, like, I hear stories of like this, like on the, I just recently heard a story where I don't know how old it was, but I think it was on that TV show Court Cam. And it was these, I'm telling you, it's one of those things where it's like, look, if you feel a certain way about somebody, don't try to hide that stuff, you know, because I feel like another name for being two-faced is, and I think I talked on this before, but it was like years and years and years ago. Not even on my podcast. I think I made like a YouTube video talking about this, when people, they carry on like a mean girl, you know, for those that have watched the movie and stuff. But it's like, I've seen people that carry on like that, and I'm like, fam, why? You know, it's like, it's just a weird thing. Like, I know people probably ask me like, well, how, TMossBoss, how should I act if I don't like a person? Don't be around them. Like, it shouldn't be a question where you're trying to figure out like you want to be around it, because then at that point, then yeah, it's like there's like, I feel like there's like elevations to it. Like, you're just being a hater at that point. Like, if that person ain't did nothing to you, then yeah, you just being a hater. If it's just on some like weird stuff, oh, I don't like that individual, because no, that's what the situation was on that TV show Court Cam. So anyways, these girls didn't like this other girl that was in their friend group. Easily could have just said, hey, we don't like you, left it at that. Stop hanging out with the girl. This girl could have been alive today. But overall, yeah, I just pretty much spoiled it for you guys. They ended up killing the girl on just some weird stuff that they didn't like her. And I'm thinking to myself, like, fam, that girl didn't deserve that. That girl did not deserve that at all. And it's like, now you guys is all going to prison because you don't like somebody. Do you know how many people you're not? That's something where it's like, I learned to live with the fact that more so is like, I don't, like, not so much as like, I'm not gonna like people, but I more so put myself in a situation where I just don't want to be bothered with that individual. I ain't gonna have no hatred towards them, but I ain't gonna be their number one fan. You know, I ain't gonna have all this love for them and stuff. Now, I know that is practice, you know, that you should like love your neighbor and stuff. But man, it's just at times where I'm like, there's people that's just really toxic, and I'm like, I want the best for them, but more so I want them to get healthy. You know, so that's why I'm like, that's where I'm more so stand on that type of stuff, where it's like, I ain't gonna, you know, have all this like love for you, but at the same time, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna hate you enough to do some old crazy stuff like that. I'm like, nah, bruh. It's just things like that I don't get, you know. It's like, how does that help you not liking somebody and then you turn around and kill them? Like that, I don't know, man. It's a silly behavior, you know. It's a silly behavior, but yeah, I hadn't seen like stories about it. They have made movies about it, of course. But even just dealing with it myself, like seeing two-faced people, and I'm trying to think, like, I didn't really deal with two-faced people when I was in school. Like, when I was in school, I was more so, like, I had my friend group, so we wasn't really, like, talking outside. Well, I mean, we did talk outside the friend group, but it wasn't, like, there were people that we were coming across that were two-faced and stuff. So, like, I felt like that me and my friend group, we were smart enough to know, like, okay, if this individual doesn't like us, we ain't gonna be bothered with them. We talk to people that we know. We talk to people that we was cool with and stuff. So, yeah, I didn't really sit around and I guess, like, try to pay attention to somebody if they were being two-faced and things. I have to say, like, the whole two-faced persona, like, that didn't really start happening until maybe after high school. Like, because I'm trying to think, like, maybe, like, my senior, like, junior or senior year, but I feel like it was, like, at the, like, tail end of, like, school and stuff, because elementary... actually, you know what? No, because I was thinking high school. Elementary, I'm sitting down thinking, like, there were some people that were, like, two-faced, you know, but it was like, it's weird because it's like, fam, you know, well, because I'm thinking of people and I'm like, they wasn't two-faced. They just had, like, this weird, like, hatred, you know, and this was in elementary. I'm like, fam, you're a kid, you're a child. Like, how do you have this type of attitude as a child? Like, that was just something that I never understood and things. But I guess, like, two-faced, it could also be a person that's, like, they're cool with others, but then when it gets to you, like, then they just want to act a certain way. So I guess, like, that could be two-faced, but I was more so thinking along the lines, like, a person that's being two-faced, like, they act like they're cool with you, but they're really not cool with you. So I guess, like, there's two different types of two-faced people out there, you know. It's well, I guess, yeah, it's two-faced, you know. It's weird how it's like, I think of it like that. I'm like, I guess it does. It can work like that too, you know, and it still counts as a two-faced situation and things. But I guess in that line of two-faced where, yeah, they're cool with others around you, but then it's like with you, then they just have like this weird attitude. Oh yeah, there's a few people that I dealt with that was like that in elementary, and I'm like, fam, I think I did talk on the one girl where it was like, you know, because the other kids, I think they were only like there for maybe a short period of time, but no, there's the one girl where it was like, I don't even know what I did to the girl, you know. It was like, it was a weird thing. Like, it's something that I think of to this day, because I'm like, I guess, like, not so much as that it's like it's traumatizing, but it's like you remember that, and it's like, you know, when a person's carrying on like that, I'm like, fam, you know what, just to eliminate any more conversations between the both of us, I'm gonna separate myself from you, because I can see that you got some stuff going on and I ain't even trying to be bothered. But no, yeah, there was a girl where it was like she was cool with my friends, but then when it came down to me, she just had like this weird issue towards me. Now maybe it could have been a racist thing, but I'm trying to think, like, I feel like she had black friends. I feel like, because it wasn't like it was like a school where I was like the only, like, I was on some everybody hate Chris stuff where I was the only black kid. Like, there was other black kids at the school, and I don't know, like, it was years ago, so I'm like, I can't remember whether or not she was cool with black kids, but I mean, who knows, it could have been a racist thing. But no, anyways, always would just have like this weird attitude towards me. So no, I remember one day I snapped on her. I was just like, you know, I was like, I don't know what I did to you, but it's like that whole attitude stuff, it's I don't remember exactly what I said, but no, I got on her about that and stuff, and I think she can see like that, you know, it was upsetting, because I'm like, fam, I don't know what I did to you. Like, I don't know whether I should apologize or not, but it's like, you out here getting on me on some stuff, and it's like, fam, what exactly did I do to you? Like, please, just answer that question. What exactly did I do to you? Because all I just remember is that I came to this school, and you just had this weird hatred towards me. So, yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, nah, bro, like, after that, I remember I snapped on her, and then I was like, nah, like, I don't want, because I think once she seen that it was upsetting, that she was trying to be like cool with me and stuff, and I'm like, no, I don't want to be cool with you, you know. It's like, I ain't did nothing to you, and you just giving me this weird attitude. I'm like, I don't want to be cool with you. I'm like, be gone. I'm like, I don't want to be bothered with you anymore. So, you know, it's like, you had your chances, you had your shot, and the funny thing is like, I'm still like that till this day. You know, it's like, no, if I can see that I'm not welcome, I'm like, fam, I don't want to be bothered. I'm not like, just leave me be. The thing is this, I am cool and content with the people that do love and care about me, you know. So it's like, people thinking that, like, oh, I need them in my life and stuff. I really don't. I'm like, you could go live your life wherever you want to live it at, be happy, do whatever it is that you want to do. If I'm not there, fam, I'm not going to lose no sleep over it. None whatsoever. I'm sleeping good at night. Well, not right now because it's a little bit hot and stuff, but I'm just saying, like, when I can sleep, I'm sleeping good at night, all right? But I promise you are not keeping me up, all right? So, but no, it's like dealing with somebody like that in elementary. I'm like, yeah, just, you know, you learn that at a young age. I feel like it's good to learn something like that at a young age, because it's like, then when you get older, then it's not like, I guess, like, maybe not as damaging, you know, because I feel like, yeah, as a kid, you know, kids shouldn't have to deal with no stuff like that, but it's like, I feel like when you get to your adult years, it's like adults, you know, like, like a kid shouldn't have to deal with that, but an adult shouldn't be acting like that, where they gonna be two-faced with you like that and stuff, because it's like, okay, I don't know what I did to you. I feel like, you know, as a kid, like, you're a little bit more open. Like, I was, you know, I think I was a shy kid, but at the same time, like, you know, if I'm cool with everybody, like, I wasn't really shy. Like, I opened up and stuff. So, yeah, but it's like, as I get older, if I'm cool, like, me, if I get into, like, so, like, let's say, for an example, I start working at, like, some, like, job or whatever, you know, and then there's an employee there that just has, like, this weird hatred towards me, and I'm like, okay, you have to be a racist, because I'm like, do you know me from somewhere? No. Do you know me from YouTube? No. Did we grow up on the same block? No. Okay, so if I don't know you from nowhere, like, this is our first time in, like, life history of our existence, like, conjoining at some location in this world. We ain't never had no interactions prior beforehand, and you just got this weird hatred. I'm like, what have I done to you? You know, like, that's something I'm like, what have I done to, do I remind you of somebody? Because if I remind you of somebody, I'm like, fam, that's them, that ain't me. So I'm like, you know, that's stuff where I'm like, nah, you gonna have to put that aside, because I'm like, I ain't did nothing to you, you know? So, yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm like, you know, and that talking on work, or at the cafe that I worked at, yeah, there were some two-faced people there. There were some customers there that was like, they would act a certain way. Though pretty much the same situation as that girl, and they had to say that was like, I looked at it more so, I was like, look, bruh, I got dope coworkers and stuff. I'm getting paid good. I don't care if you act in a certain way towards me. I'm like, you can act like that. And it's crazy. It's like, you're older than me and you're carrying on that way. I'm like, fam, how did you make it this far in life? Please write it down in a detailed paragraph. How did you make it that far, this far in life? Because that is some crazy stuff. But no, yeah, there were customers that were like, you know, they be all buddy and cool with customers that I'm cool with and stuff. But then when it gets to, like, when it gets down to them talking to me, then it's all like, they just straight, just like quiet, not saying nothing. I'm like, you know, I think I had like displayed, or not displayed, but told you guys how it would be and stuff. So, and if you're new to the podcast, I'm like, fam, I worked at this place for 4 years. I remember the conversations down to a T when it came down to customers that didn't like me. And I didn't even know them. That was the crazy thing about it. Didn't know them, never overcharged them, none of that stuff. But this is where the interaction would be with a customer. I'm like, maybe they were racist. I don't know. Maybe I reminded them of an ex, but I'm like, okay, like, sir, I could tell, like, you literally have your wife on your, like, home screen of your phone, and I remind you of an ex. What is it, her ex, or your, I'm like, I'm saying, like, if you swing a certain way, then I'm like, oh, okay, then maybe I do, but I don't know. Anyways, but no, let me just tell you guys how a daily conversation would be with customers that didn't like me, alright? Never met them, didn't have no type of crazy interactions with them, but so anyways, they walk up, I'm like, hey, how's your day going? Dead silent. All right, so what you're having? Because, like, if, like, let's say it might be like their box is closed or something. They're like, oh, I'm having the hamburger. I'm like, okay, hamburger, that'd be $10.46. Hand me a card. No, still, just nothing else. I'm like, would you like a receipt? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. All right, have a nice day, or have a good day, or whatever. And then it's like, they just walk off. And I'm thinking to myself, like, fam, how, what? I'm like, that's something where it's like, I pay attention to stuff like that, because I'm like, what is the problem? What is the issue? And you can't ask them that, because it's like, then it's gonna be unprofessional. But I'm like, I feel like that's even my thing is this, you know, like, if I'm a, like, let's say if I was the manager of a of a person that was carrying on that way and stuff, like, because my thing is this, any and everywhere that I go, if the person is like having a conversation with me, I don't care, like, fam, I don't care what the situation is. I'm like, I'm in there, I'm engaging in that conversation, I'm engaging in that interaction. But I'm not gonna be like, if I'm going into, like, let's say if I'm going into a Foot Locker, and then I just randomly start giving them the cashier an attitude. If anything, I might be quiet, but I can't give them an attitude. If they crack a joke, I'll laugh about it. If they ask me about their day, I'm like, yeah, I'll talk with them, you know, even if the thing is this, even if I'm in a bad mood, even if I'm having a bad day, But my thing is this, and I know people will probably say like, well, maybe that was the case with that girl from school and them customers at your old job. They were just probably having a bad day every day. You're having a bad day every day, then you don't need to be outside. I'm like, no, you need to be locked off somewhere in a room, and you don't need to be interacting with people, because that's crazy. That is wild behavior to be having a bad day every day. I cannot be around, no, I do not want to be around people that are having a bad day every day. I'm like, that is crazy. But anyways, then with content creating, I'm like, yeah, I don't know how many content creating, I feel like that's like, if there's, you know how like when they do like maps on, like if they're like on the news or something, they're all like, oh, storms are gonna be happening mainly in this area, and they'll show like in the middle where like, oh, this is where the storm's gonna really be bad, and then this is where the storm is gonna be mild, and you know, like not all that threatening and stuff. I would have to say the internet is probably a good place for a person that's two-faced. You know, it's like, I don't know how many times I ain't seen content creators where they'll talk a big game in videos, but then when it comes down to some like real life face-to-face interaction, then they're like, oh, I don't know what to do. I didn't realize it was, you know, things was gonna get this far, because it's like there'll be people on the internet that'll start stuff, and then once it comes down to them meeting up with whoever it is that they started stuff up with, and then once it comes down to them meeting up face to face, they're all like, oh, I don't know what to do. Like I didn't realize this was gonna happen one day. And I'm like, yeah, leave people alone. You know, it's like, man, it's just crazy on the internet, because I'm like, I have to say, like, I've seen content creators be two-faced, and I've dealt with content creators that are two-faced. And it's crazy because, like, there was one guy that I remember, he was like, he was a weird individual, because he was like, you always would see him just like hyping up women to the max. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. There is not, look, hype up women left and right when it comes to the internet. But it's like, fam, my thing is this. Don't hype up women, but then just straight like dog dudes on the internet. I'm like, nah, bro. It's like hype up for, if anything's, hype up everybody, you know. But it's like there ain't nothing wrong with hyping up women. I'm like, I know at times I find myself doing that. And I'm all like, dang, you know, let me go hype up the bros real quick, you know. So, but anyways, no. The thing is this, like, it was crazy because this guy, any and every time. So like, there is this like friend group that I ended up being cool with. Well, one of them, I'm actually going to talk on the one situation, how it ended between, like, I think I talked on it before, but I know some of you guys might overall be new to my channel. It's just something that I'm like, you know, from time to time, I need to talk on this, because I'm like, was I wrong, you know? But anyways, I'll talk on that in a moment. But no, there was a friend group that I ended up being cool with, through Twitch streaming. And there was a guy within that friend group, always would see him in the chat. Like, the thing is this, one of the individuals can be having like a bad day, and he's like hyping him up, all like, oh, you're better. Like, they could be taking L's left and right in the game, ain't getting no kills whatsoever. And he's like, oh, you're better. I'm like, fam, they're losing. Like, they're deranking. And I'm like, deranking ain't even a thing in this game, but somehow, some way, they done broke the game to where they're deranking. Like, they're losing ranks. They're not doing good, fam, you know. But it's like, I know people will probably ask, like, you know, well, how would I hype up my friends if, you know, if they're losing in the game? I'm like, I don't know how to hype up a friend if they're losing in the game. I'm usually quiet. If I notice my friend is losing in the game, I don't say nothing. I'm like, nah, I'm being quiet. You know, I'm not gonna say nothing. But it was like every time, and I'm like, bro, you, like, I'm saying, fam, like, that is like, it's some vampire like type sucking, bro. Like, bro was doing some, well, okay, maybe not like, no, like, because I feel like I was just kind of putting too many emphasis on the sucking, but I'm like, he did a lot. All right, he was doing a lot. He was doing the most. Okay, there we go. There's proper wording and stuff. But no, yeah, he was doing the most. He was always doing that. And so, but no, the funny thing is like, one of them can turn around and be like, oh, you know, oh, no, actually, you know what? The funny thing is, the individual that I'm going to be talking about here in a moment, it's like they made the same exact tweet that I made, because I used to really be big on that, and at times I have my moments where I'm all like, you know, man, I wish people would chat in my streams and stuff. It gets boring at times where it's like, you know, I'm treating the stream like it's a YouTube video and things. I'm like, man, you know, I love when people be coming to the stream and chatting and stuff, like if they're not on no weird stuff. But yeah, if it's like, if we just calm cool, collected, having a conversation, then okay, cool. There ain't nothing wrong with that. There ain't nothing wrong with that at all. So anyways, I remember, I was the one, like, to not start it, but I remember I was the first, like, to make, like, the first tweet talking about, like, wanting better for my streams and stuff. So yeah, I did kind of go on this, like, little tweet rant where I was just like, I want the best for my streams, blah blah blah. I just want people to come through and just chat and all that stuff. This guy, it's such a two-faced thing, all right? Because I'm thinking to myself, like, you'll say what you said to me, but you won't say what you said to other people, or more so to women. All right, to women, I should correct myself. And I'm like, yeah, that's some weird stuff. But anyways, so I go on, yeah, I'm just talking about how I want, like, the best for my streams and all that. He's all like, well, maybe you need to be a more entertaining content creator. And I'm thinking to myself, like, fam, I will give you a reason to quit. Like, I will really give you a reason to quit all of, like, not even just content creating, but the internet. Like, fam, I will hurt your feelings out here. It's like, please, do not, it's all like, I don't have to wait. The thing is this, and I guess, like, to just kind of give this guy, like a stray roast. I ain't gonna give this guy a full-blown roast. I'll give him a stray roast. But I think this has been stuff that I said before. I'm like, I don't need to wait for women or my friends to start streaming in order for me to start streaming. Because I'm like, it's funny how it's like all these streamers, they, that, like, I was, that this friend group and stuff, they don't even really be streaming like that. Guess who also don't be streaming like that? And I'm like, and guess what, content creator you just said isn't all that entertaining. Guess if he's still streaming or not. Yeah, I think I'm still streaming. And it's like, you on the other hand, it's like, when was the last time you streamed? So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I don't need my friends to, help me out with my content creating career. I don't even mean that in a disrespectful way. It's like, I would have to say, like, I'm an adult. I think I can take care of myself. If my friends, the thing is this, if my friends decide that they want to help me, I'm not going to argue with that. I encourage my friends to help me out when it comes to streaming, but it ain't in their place to help me out. And I'm not going to wait for them. I'm not going to wait for them to start streaming and be all like, oh, let me join up your game so I can use your followers to gain followers and stuff. I'm like, fam, get out of here with that. I'm like, half of the people that are not even half, the majority of the people that are following you don't even know your name. They're only watching your stream for the other people that's in your stream. They're not there for you, bruh. So it's like, it's one of those things where when he said that, I'm like, you know what? Let me hold my tongue, because it might start some civil war and people are going to be picking and choosing sides. And so I'm like, let me just hold my tongue, because I know how I can get, and I know I can say some disrespectful stuff. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and leave it alone, But anyways, and then the funny thing is like, the one individual that, there was all like, it was a person in the friend group. They said the same exact thing that I said. And guess what? He was all like, oh, you're better, sis. You're so better. And I'm thinking to myself, like, fam, I'm like, Dracula, go do some sucking somewhere else. But it's like, man, that is some just very, that's Twitch. They don't want you saying the word simp and stuff. That is some very simp behavior, bro. I'm like, nah, man, you gotta stop, bro. I'm like, and I think the girl was in a relationship too, and I'm like, bro, that is some. I don't even know how to feel about that, but I'm like, it's just, yeah, it's a weird thing, I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with supporting your friends, but I really don't think that he's supporting them because they're friends. I think he's supporting them. He's all like, oh, because I guarantee and I promise you, let's say if one of them has started like blowing up or something, he's gonna want a piece of that cake. I'm telling you right now. He's like, I've seen people, when you're a content creator for 14 years, you see people like him, and you see that it's like, yeah, when the main, streamer, entertainer, when they're gone, he's gonna disappear. When they come back, he'll come back. So yeah, it's just, yeah, very, very, very two-faced, but no, but anyways, the individual that he has said that to, no, so I just, this is something that I think about from time to time, because I'm like, I don't think I was wrong for sharing the joke. And plus, like, there were other Hispanic friends that had seen the joke and they didn't trip about it when I had shared it and stuff. And I think, like, if you understand the joke, then you understand the joke wasn't meant to be making fun of Hispanic people. It was more so making fun of how black people talk, But anyways, So I share this joke on Instagram where they're all like, I wonder if Hispanic people are like, oh, let's go to the N-word restaurant and stuff. And so overall, to explain that joke, because I had understood it. So to explain that joke, pretty much it's making fun of how black people, they'll sometimes, now I ain't gonna say all black people, but there are some black people out there where they'll be like, oh, let's go to the Mexican restaurant. But it's like, fam, them people in there ain't Mexican. I'm like, they're not even from Mexico. I'm like, they're from like that, like not the Mexico area. They're like South America and things. But yeah, I'm like, bro, them people ain't Mexican. I'm like, where did you get that from? I'm like, just because you hear them speaking a foreign language and they look a little tan, all of a sudden they make. So that's what the joke was. But yeah, the individual, they got mad at me for sharing that joke, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? Like, I don't get like how. The joke, it wasn't making fun of you, it was making fun of me. Like, I should be the one getting upset. Like, what do you mean? And so they was all like, they messaged me all like, I ain't never said the N-word a day in my life. I'm like, I never said you did. Like, the joke wasn't attacking you, it was more so attacking black people. Like, fam, yeah, man, it's just, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Be careful of who you meet on the internet, because there are at times when you will meet people and they are different. All right, so, but anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe if you are viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe viewing this on a podcast streaming service. Thank you guys, and peace.